Hello everyone, welcome to the book station. If you're new here, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, then please do subscribe and watch my other videos as well. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you've seen my previous videos, you will know that I am filming videos every 3 months. That is, I talk about my TBR for the next 3 months, and I also talk about the books I read in the last 3 months. So this video is about the books I plan to read before December. Though these books, I'm sure I'm not going to read all of them. These are of my plan. I'm a mood reader and I'm going to pick a few and read them by the end of December. So without further ado, let's get started. The first book that I want to read, or honestly I'm already reading, is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Half of a Yellow Sun. If you've watched my previous videos, you will know I love Adichie. I've read her other books, Zikora, which is a short story, and also Purple Hibiscus, and I love her writing style. And Half of a Yellow Sun, again, is based in Nigeria, and it involves three lives. So we have three protagonists who are completely different from each other. One is a houseboy, Ugwu, who is from a village in Liberia, and he moves to the city, that is the southern part of Nigeria, where he works for his master. And the master's wife, or not exactly wife, but love interest, is Olana, who is the other protagonist of our story. Olana is a daughter of a minister who is very wealthy, but she abandons that life and chooses a life that is led by education, a more simple one, which is very intriguing as well as unexpected choice of hers. The third is of an Englishman called Richard, who moves to Nigeria to write about Nigeria and a particular aspect of it which intrigues him. But unfortunately, or fortunately, he still is not able to write that book. I am only 160 pages into this book, and a lot is still beginning to happen. The first 100 pages of this book goes into introducing many characters who are influencing Ugwu, Olana, and Richard's life. And I love Adichie's writing style for this reason. She brings in so many versatile characters, which I think are true to so many people around us, but yet are unique in their own aspect. And also, she interweaves these fictional characters into the political upheaval that is happening in the country, and conveys the problems of politics in the most crisp and most memorable manner ever. So that is going well. The next book that I want to read is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. This is actually a gift to one of my friends. I'm giving it to my friend, but I plan to read it before I gift it because she's very far away and we're not meeting anytime this month. This book is about Eleanor Oliphant, who lives her life on her own terms because she's an introvert. She's socially awkward, so she has a set of timetable which she follows every day, and she doesn't mingle with a lot of people. But one day, I think she comes across one of her colleagues who changes her life altogether and makes her open up more to the world. And that, I think, is a special story which I found for my special friend. So this is a book that I plan to read very soon. The next book that I want to read has been on my TBR for a very long time. It is Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Russian literature is something that intrigues me a lot, but I haven't delved into at all. But Crime and Punishment is one of the most interesting books that I have heard of because it delves into the psyche of a murderer. So we have Raskolnikov, who's a student, and he murders a woman who's a money lender because he's poor. And then we see how he deals with his guilt and how he justifies his murder through the words of Dostoevsky. And obviously, this is one of the most famous books by the author. And this book intrigues me for its psychological analysis. And I'm planning to read this year, but I'm not really sure. Let's see what happens and how much I can even absorb this book. The next book which I want to read this year is The Time Traveler's Wife, which is quite a thick book. But again, I heard about this book when I was in college and heard about the movie, I think, and one of my friends was talking about it. This book is all about Claire and Henry, who are in love with each other. But the problem is, Henry has a genetic disorder where all of a sudden his life clock is reset and he goes back into his past or is pushed into the future. This is a story about how these two people deal with this issue and still live a life or just move apart. Not really sure. I don't want to spoil much for myself, but yes, this is going to be a long read, I think, but I definitely will enjoy it, hopefully. The next but the last book that I want to read this year is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This is the winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction of 2015. And this book reminds me a lot of The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, because this is also set during the Second World War. So we have two protagonists. One is Marie Laure, who is blind, and her father works for the museum in Paris. And when France is taken over by the Nazis, they move away from France. And during that time, her father takes one of the most valuable jewel from the museum along with them. And then we have the other protagonist, Werner, who is a German orphan, and he and his sister get to know about the world through this radio that they have, which intrigues him the most and fascinates him. He learns to operate and repair this radio, through which he gets into, I think he is appointed as one of the Nazi soldiers who helps discover Jews. Not very sure, but this is the intertwining of Mary's and Werner's life and how they cross paths and all the problems that and all the bad things that happened during World War II. Again, I feel like this is going to be a heartbreaking story, but it will give me a lot of insight into the lives of people who lived during the Second World War, which is one of my favorite things to read about and learn about. So those are the 5 books that I plan to read before December. If you are planning to read any of these books, then please do follow me on my Instagram and then we can buddy read. Otherwise too, you can follow me on my Instagram handle, which is The Book Station, where I post about these books that I'm reading and some of the favorite quotes I come across. That's all for today, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, do read a book and take care. Bye-bye.